Okay, so I was looking back at details of the deals and what the cap space is going to be coming up. In July of 2024, we all know Jacob Slavin signed to an 8-year, $51.7 million extension with the Carolina Hurricanes. 6.37 million a year. I want you to let that sink in for a sec. For 8 years. Here's the problem. At the time he signed, projections had Slavin reaching $9 million or more per season on the open market. That was at the time he signed. But he signed to us for 8 years at 6.37. We have Jacob Slavin for that. Gold medal winner, Stanley Cup winner, best defensive stick in hockey. That's over, though, if you think about it. That's over $2.6 million a year that Slavin left on the table. Multiply that over an 8-year deal. Slavin walked away for more than $20 million. So, for a guy who's widely considered the best defensive defenseman in the NHL, Jacob Slavin isn't just a great defenseman. He's the guy that the other teams have to plan around. Two-time Lady Byng winner. Averaged 21.19 minutes of ice time last season, making it 11 straight seasons of 20 or more minutes. Career average of 22 minutes across 784 regular season games. 98 career penalty minutes across all of that, including only 4 last season. In the playoffs, 10 penalty minutes across 105 games, 0 in each of the last 2 postseasons. So Slavin's ability, his availability on the ice, opposing coaches have to plan around him. Last season, we all know he only played less than 40 games due to injuries. Still managed a goal, 8 points. So back to the money. Why did Slavin sign for 2.6 million a year, less than the market said he was worth? Because his agent knew that, he knew that at the time. Because when he signed that extension in July 2024, the salary cap was under $100 million. There was legitimate pressure on the Hurricanes to figure out how to keep their core together. I mean, these were the guys we drafted. Slavin's one of them, very critical one. He looked at the situation and made a choice. He took less so Carolina could sign other players. He didn't do it because he had to. $9 million a year was easily going to be on the table if he tested the market. Just go back and read anything from that time. That's what it said. He took less because he wanted to keep his teammates in Raleigh. Jackson Blake, 8 years, $40.94 million, $5.117 million a year. Blake signed that deal in July 2025, during the final year of his entry-level contract before he had his career season. Then he went out and put up 22 goals, 53 points in 81 games in 2025, 2026. And in the playoffs, Blake led the entire Carolina Hurricanes with 13 assists and 20 points in the Stanley Cup run. Led the Cup champions in playoff points. That's what Jackson Blake did this past postseason at $5.1 million a year. If Blake hadn't signed before that season, after the year had ended, he could have easily gotten $7 million. So instead, Carolina has him locked up at 5.1 for the next 7 years. Then there's Stankoven. 8 years, $48 million, $6 million a year, signed in July 2025. Stankoven put up 21 goals and 44 points in 81 games this season, but then came the playoffs. Stankoven scored 11 goals in the postseason, led the team in goals at 23 years old for $6 million a year over the next 8 seasons. He's now the second line center with Blake and Taylor Hall on the line. Blake led the team in points. Stankoven led the team in goals. Both signed for under market value, signed early before their breakout years because Jacob Slavin took a discount 2 years earlier, and we could make those types of decisions. So enter 26, 27, the cap is $104 million. The Hurricanes, defending Stanley Cup champs, we're bringing back almost our entire championship team, obviously minus Anderson. And we still have $11.1 million in cap space. That's a great situation. If you look at how we got there, it's because Jacob Slavin took a discount 2 years ago. That set the tone. Blake followed, Stankoven followed. We could put those deals together, get them signed because we were in a good situation. Slavin's contract was a huge part of this foundation. So $2.6 million less per year is what he decided he would do to keep teammates in Raleigh. That's what another team first player looks like. And that's what a winning culture looks like. And it's why then we have great contracts like Stankoven and Blake and Slavin on the roster now. That's why the Hurricanes are champions right now and why we're set up to stay champions for years to come. All right. So it's Jacob Slavin appreciation video. If you're a Caniac like me, hit like and subscribe so we can break down, talk about all this stuff together.